Hey everybody! Here at Discovery Lab Online, we're always in search of new questions to answer for you. Today, I figured we could ask the people who get more questions than anyone else. Google. My name's Dr. Morgan Renberg, and I'm an astronomer here at the Fort Worth Museum of Science and History. So naturally, I figured I could answer some questions about outer space. I typed in the phrase, "What makes space?" and grabbed a quick screenshot for you. Big shout out to the folks at Wired for coming up with this idea. So I've hidden the top 5 responses, and I'm going to try to answer each in a minute or less. My first question is, what makes space so cold? To answer that, you've got to know what it means for something to have a temperature. To a scientist, temperature means the average amount of kinetic or motion energy that something has. Things that are hotter have more energy than things that are cooler. The only way for particles in space to heat up is by absorbing light from stars like the sun. But most places in space are really far from the nearest star, so they don't absorb that much light. The end result is that the average temperature in the universe is minus 455 degrees Fahrenheit. That's chilly. Now my next question is, what makes space a vacuum? We usually think of a vacuum as a place where the pressure is really low, but physicists often think of it as a place where there isn't much stuff. Pressure is caused by particles like atoms and molecules bumping into each other. The fewer particles there are, the less they collide, and the lower the pressure is. So space is a vacuum because it's pretty much empty. And when I say pretty much empty, I mean it's really, really, really empty. If the inside of your car was like the average place in the universe, it would contain about 1 atom. The Earth, with all its plants and water and dogs, is actually an amazingly rare place in the universe. Next up is, what makes space expand? That's one that astronomers are still puzzling over. We know that the universe got started more than 13.5 billion years ago with the Big Bang. That definitely started the expansion of space, but scientists always figured that the rate of expansion was probably slowing down. After all, gravity likes to pull things together, so it should be working to counteract the expansion. But when astronomers checked that in the 1990s, they discovered something amazing. The rate of expansion isn't slowing down, it's speeding up. Some strange force is overpowering gravity. Astronomers named it dark energy, and we know basically nothing about it. 3 down, 2 to go. Next is, what makes space so interesting? That's an easy one. Studying space is fascinating because we're trying to understand places and things that we can never visit or touch. We know how a star is born, lives, and dies without ever having been to one. And when we look out at the universe, we're not just looking at things that are far away, we're looking back in time. Astronomy is like one big puzzle where we don't know the shape of all the pieces or even where they are. And yeah, sometimes that makes your brain hurt. Alright, we've made it to the final question. What makes space dark? That's another easy one because space actually isn't dark at all. Which seems weird, right? We see space as dark because our eyes can only see one kind of light, visible light. But if you could see in all the kinds of light, like X-rays, radio waves, infrared, and ultraviolet, you'd see a very different picture. In fact, everywhere in the universe we look, we see one kind of light in particular. It's called the cosmic microwave background, and it's light created during the Big Bang that's still bouncing around the universe billions of years later. Well, thanks to Google for all those great suggestions. This is a new kind of video for us, so let us know what you think in the comments below. And if you liked it, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. See you next time!